We are up and ready to go. It is 45 days until competition, the Calisthenics Cup in FIBO, Germany. And today is going to be the first day of me switching up the workout. I'm going to start it off with some deload, but no more rings. I'm saying it with a tear in my eyes because I've been enjoying this a lot. The last months of training in rings, it's been good for me to switch up the workouts and have some variety. Also a bit more challenging since not something I've been used to. I think it's been really great. But it's time to go back to the original, the purpose of why I'm even training. And it's because I want to get fucking monster on P-bars and straight bar. And now when I'm training static, that's the two main places I want to get really strong. So today is going to be planche training, and since I'm training for competition, the structure is going to be a bit more reflecting on what I'm actually going to do during comp. So I'm not going to do just, 10 reps of planche push-up, because I wouldn't do that in competition. Instead, for example, the push training part, I'm going to do planche push-up and do a hold. So I do one push-up, do a 2-second hold, then I do another push-up, hold 2 seconds, and I think it's gonna be about five reps of that. Maybe I'm gonna try today with a bit thicker band, but that's more, showing or simulating what a competition would be like or what I would perform. I'm also gonna do a bit more one-arm handstand training. So planche press on P-bars, that's gonna be without resistance band, planche press, and then do a one-arm handstand hold after that. And the idea is for me to be a bit more tired when I'm doing the one-arm handstand. Usually when I train it, I'm super fresh in the shoulder or the body in general because I only do a handstand attempt. But it's different. In competition, I might not start with a one-arm handstand, so I want to be comfortable either way if I'm starting with it mid combo or late combo. So that's also going to be a focus. Planche press, however, that's still one of those skills I'm going to train separate. So I'm going to do planche press on parallettes, but I'm going to use resistance bands and still increase the repetition in that one because I'm not really strong enough to do it without bands. And in competition, I would love to have, just one planche press. That would be more than enough, and probably going to start with it if that's the case. And when I'm done with that one, then I can move on to the things that are still high level, but I feel like it's a bit more basic, like full planche push-up or full planche hold. It's gonna be way easier for me, so that one I might not do directly in combo, but maybe middle. And then towards the end, where I'm feeling the strongest, I'm probably gonna do my front lever or one-arm front lever or any pull skill, to be honest, because I'm more comfortable and I still can perform it even if I'm a bit tired. So that's really gonna be the setup. And then for front lever training, that's gonna start tomorrow. Gonna be the same routine. I haven't written that routine yet. I've had a lot in school, so I wrote the routine today actually for the planche. But front lever is going to be similar, so it's going to be some sort of simulation of competition. Maybe do a pull-up to top front lever hold, and then do another pull-up or something in that style, because that's simulating pretty well, and it's not just repetitions of the same thing. All right, but it's going to be, this was a bit shorter intro. I'm already at the gym, and I think it's time to hit the workout. Like I said, it's going to be deload today, so I'm going to do a bit fewer set of the actual competition training things, but it's going to be the same exercises as I'm going to do for the upcoming weeks. Might switch it up a bit if I feel like something is too difficult or too easy, but this is going to be the start. And today, since the deload, I'm just going to cut the sets, so do 2 sets of each exercise, and that's what I'm going to be happy with. So I'll see you in the gym. First exercise for this chapter of this vlog journey before competition is going to be planche push-ups, but with a twist. I'm gonna do a solid hold after each rep. It's gonna be one push-up, do a 2-second hold, and then another push-up, 2-second hold. You get it. And I haven't done this type of combination before, so first set is gonna be just me trying out and see what my limit is. I'm hoping to get at least, maybe 5 reps, including the holds, but I guess we'll see. And then depending on this set, I will either get a thicker band or do more sets and make it harder. I don't know. We'll see afterwards. Three solid sets, reps. I think I can push it to probably 4 or 5. For being the first set, I think that's good. I'm gonna stick with this setup. I'm only doing 2 sets because it's deload week this week, but I'm gonna aim for 5 reps. So in total, it's gonna be 5 push-ups and 10-second holds of planche, which is pretty damn good. So that's up next. On to set number 2. I checked my form, and my ass is a bit too high. I mention this all the time, and to be honest, it's extremely hard to know where your body is. So that's why I strongly recommend filming, even though if you're not posting or anything, just to check the form. So I checked it, as it's too high, so tighten the core. It's gonna take away some pressure from the shoulder, so hopefully make it a bit easier as well. I'm aiming for 5 reps, so 5 push-ups and in total 10-second holds. Not counting the final hold, but pretty good either way. 4 clean reps. Final rep was good, but the hold was not clean at all. Still pretty solid for being the first time. I think this is gonna be the setup I'm gonna stick to with, or at least for a few weeks. And the progressive overload is gonna be that I'm gonna take a lighter band or increase the reps. Most likely increase the reps a little, because being at 5 reps is towards the lower side. Maybe work my way up to maybe 6 reps or 7. Beyond that as well, it's not gonna be realistic for me to do in competition. So I would stay here a bit towards the lower side when it comes to competition preparation, because I'm never gonna beat it doing, 10 reps of this. That's just stupid. Yeah, that's the plan. Let's go to the next exercise, because it's deload and it's only 2 sets each. Alrighty, I told you in the car I was gonna do planche press to one arm handstand. That's what's up next. I'm gonna try to do full planche press. It is gonna be pretty damn hard, and even if it's deload, it's only gonna be 1 press per set, so it's not too bad. And then I'm gonna do maximum 1 arm handstand attempt or hold. I'm not gonna do attempts, we're gonna hold this shit, and it's gonna be maximum hold. I don't feel like it's worth doing a timer. It's just, let's fucking get it. So 1 press, 1 arm handstand. I feel like a fat ass mountain. Like when I pressed, 0 power. When I did 1 arm, it's like, holy crap, this is heavy. Well, that was barely a 1 arm handstand attempt, and didn't feel too good. I'm gonna try the next one, do a straddle press and then a 1 arm, and hopefully that's gonna be better. Otherwise, I'm gonna think of something else for this one. However, Monday it is today, and this is my fucking worst day. Always like 8 in the morning till 6 in the afternoon is studies. So I get fried. Now it's 8:30. And we're only at the 2nd exercise, so it's not too good. But it is what it is, fighting. Yeah, let's get some rest, then do a straddle press, 1 arm, and hopefully next session I will be able to do what I intended to do. All right, set number 2. Let's hope this is better. First set was pathetic, so I gotta step up. I put on the worst music, or the best music, but the most screaming music I have on my playlist, called Psycho. Hopefully it works. And shirtless is always a extra power boom. Slight improvement. I'm gonna tell you, I feel extremely heavy, like there's just nothing there. But we have those days. It's irritating as fuck, and you feel extremely weak, but at the same time, there's nothing I can do. 1 arm handstand and things like that is also one of these skills that some days are extremely good, like insane. And that's because it's a lot about how it feels. Like 1 arm handstand isn't necessarily the hardest move, muscle or strength wise, but if you just don't feel it, it's not gonna be there. And that's one of these days. Planche, that one's heavy as well. Like just straddle planche, I usually have pretty solid straddle planche press. Like it's pretty easy. But today it just felt extremely heavy as well, so just not a good day. But that's why I'm doing deload, because obviously my body is a bit exhausted and fatigued from these weeks of destruction. Let's move on. New exercises. Next up, I have Maltese supinator hold. It's gonna be with resistance band, so I can increase the seconds a little. When I'm done with that, I'm gonna directly go into a pronated, no. Let me rephrase, I don't know if I said right. To correct that from the beginning. Pronated Maltese grip. When I'm done with that, that's gonna be roughly 8 seconds, like before. When I'm done, I'm gonna do supinated planche hold. And the planche is gonna be a max hold on straight bar. So it's gonna be 2 skills directly after each other, 2 types of holds. They're pretty similar, different, let's say, shoulder connection, different strength. Definitely think the Maltese is harder. So it's gonna be exciting to see how I perform considering the last sets, but I think it's gonna be good. And this is pretty like simulating real life or competition style as well. Because if I were to perform something in comp, I would like to do the hardest skill first. So I would do a Maltese hold, maybe after, let's say I'm on P-bars, or I'm doing this grip because it's considered the hardest in my opinion. So if I'm training this grip, I'm still gonna have Maltese on parallettes. That's gonna be, like the strength is gonna be transferred as well. So I'm only training this grip. But let's say I'm on parallettes, I would do Maltese hold and then maybe up to a full planche, do push up and then continue the combo. So this setup is gonna be pretty good at that, simulating it. That's pretty alright, I think. Might have lost the hips a little, but pretty decent. Next set, I'm gonna try to focus a bit more on form. Haven't done this before, so I didn't know how I would react, but felt solid. So next set, I'm gonna do a bit better form, because I don't think this was, perfect. Let's get it. Set number 2. Let's see if we can make it a little bit longer holds and preferably better form. I'm gonna focus on the core. I say this every time because it's my weakness, and in general it's easy to get the bum a bit too high up, relying only on the shoulders and not connecting the core. So that's the main focus. Out of pure guess, you will be the judge, but I think the Maltese was pretty damn good. The full planche, I think the legs were a bit too low. Might be wrong, but that's what it felt like. I'm done with this one. Let's move on to actually the final exercise for today. I'm not gonna do any dips. Still feeling a bit pain in the shoulder, so I'm gonna keep it with only one more exercise. I'm gonna start with weighted dips after the deloading, so get some good time to heal. Rather rest a bit too much than too little, because otherwise I'm gonna regret it. I recently had a discussion with a guy at my gym about how insanely capable the human bodies are. And when it comes to how much of our capacity, when it comes to strength and muscles, are we actually able to use? And it is like a fraction. Now I'm gonna tell you about something that happened to me when I was really young. It was me and my dad, and this is an example of superhuman strength, which is extremely fascinating. But it was me and my dad, we were out fishing, and when my dad threw the fishing rod, or throw out the lure, I think that's what it's called, the rod snapped back and the line came flying back towards me, and the line actually twisted. I think it was about 5 turns around my neck. This is like almost like the things you see in movies, but it happened in real life. So the line twisted about 5 times around my neck, and now I was about to choke. But at that point, my dad came running towards me. He grabbed all the lines and he just pulled, and he snapped 5 lines, 5 fishing lines. If you ever seen a fishing line, it is extremely strong. And the crazy part is the day after we tried, and he couldn't even break 1 line. And that is fascinating. Like, imagine, just because your mind and you're put in a situation, for some reason you unlock a certain amount of potential or a certain strength that is it's always been there. It just hasn't been unlocked. So if you have that in mind, imagine being able to control that strength, or visualize maybe a scenario in your head where you at least can unlock more of your potential than just being at the training thinking you're giving it all. To some degree, I think you almost have to be scared, or you have to be angry in some sense in your mind to actually unlock that. That's why for me it works to listen to, you know, screaming music, because to some degree I get a little bit mad. I'm like, fuck! And then I unlock a little bit extra potential, but I don't think it's necessarily full potential. It's so much more. And I think that's just a crazy thing to have in mind. Like, our bodies, we are walking around with so much potential when it comes to strength, and we don't know how to unlock it. So, I don't know, maybe experiment a little. I'm definitely gonna do it. See, like, if there's a scenario where I feel like, damn, I am strong, I'm gonna analyze that and see, all right, how did I feel in that situation? Or what happened to me in that situation that made me be so damn fucking strong? So I definitely know my dad loves me, because, you know, getting that strength. And you also hear it from other things when, you know, children get trapped under cars or things, like people lift fucking cars. It's just so mad, but extremely fascinating at the same time. So yeah, I love my dad too, if he sees this vlog. But I just want to mention it because it's really fascinating, and just to have that in mind, that our bodies are extremely capable. Just need to know how to unlock that power. I still don't know. Well, hardcore music definitely helps, but I don't think it's the full potential. But if I find something that works for me, I'm definitely gonna let you know. Now let's move on to the final exercise. Next up is the planche press. It's gonna be on parallel bars though. Straight bar is still a bit too heavy. So straight bar, parallel bar, full planche press using the band. I'm hoping for 6 reps. I'm not even gonna think about what happened before, so no. I'm gonna enter my zone and get my 6 reps. Alrighty. I almost gave up on the final one. Had to open up for a straddle, and I was like this close to my limit. But 6 reps, pretty solid. Now I'm actually doing the negative as well, stopping in the planche, which is definitely making it harder. Then the way I'm putting the band around me makes the band a bit more tightened, so I can't really compare this one to when I did it with rings, when the band is just slightly around the waist, because this one is helping way more. But still, 6 reps, hopefully solid form. I know I'm not perfect in this one. This is my daredevil, that's what you say, but well, I'm fighting. Hopefully I get better, of course. I will when I train it, but it's boring when you're bad at something. Let's get the second set. Also 6 reps. The form didn't look too bad. I checked it, so at least that was one good thing with the last set. But this one, 6 clean ones. I'm not gonna straddle in the final rep. Slight better, I think. I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty happy, considering the beginning of the session, or the beginning of the training, when I did the planche press to one arm. Even if that was without band, it was in the beginning, so I should be having more strength, but I didn't. So I'm satisfied with this, it's good enough. And pretty short session. This is the end, or the last exercise, so I think my body needs it too, considering how the work has been going in general. 1 week of this, and then it's gonna be pretty much the same exercises, just more reps, more holds. Might do a lighter resistance band in some of them, so that's gonna be the switch up. I'm not really expecting to have any pump, but we did do some push exercises, and I'm in pretty lean shape, so let's see if we have something. Pumps, inwards. Yes, full screen. Decent double arm. I don't really know how to flex shoulders or tricep, but I don't know if we can see anything from this one. Maybe slide here. I don't know. To be honest, sometimes when it comes to flexing and just looking at physiques, to be honest, think just standing like this, flexing the core, being a bit relaxed in the chest, I think this looks pretty damn good. Not always have to be flexing position. Or maybe something like casual as well, just one arm. I don't know. That's maybe just preference. Like for Instagram, I think this looks pretty good. Maybe combine it with some other flexing, but in general, casual pictures, sort of my style. Yeah, next session is gonna be a bit interesting. I still don't even myself know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna write the schedule tomorrow in the morning and see where we land. It's gonna be pretty similar to today's sessions, but for front lever. So a bit more combination style, a bit longer, probably 2 different types of front lever, not just front lever pull-ups, maybe front hold and pull-ups, for example. So it's gonna be pretty exciting. I'll see you guys then.